Hey guys, today we have a 2013 Lincoln MKX side mirror replacement. This also works for the Ford Edge. You can see the window itself, the heating element has totally whited out the glass, so it's almost impossible to see vehicles in the rear. So in order to take this part off, there are, let's see if you can see it, tabs inside in two spots, one there and then another one to the side that require, it's like a ball in a socket sort of mechanism that holds it in place. So what I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to get both my hands in there and I'm going to pull straight down with it. So I'm going to turn the camera off to get a better grip on it and show you. So in order to get this out, I just went ahead and tilted it straight down, pulled straight back like that. You can see it broke away freely. This part, this circle part right here, fits snugly into all these individual clips that go around. And then you have all the electrical connections. So I'll go ahead and get those taken off and go to the workbench. One thing I wanted to point out is these two wires that go to your heating elements for your window, your mirror defrost. Be sure to mark one of them so you know which one goes into each plug, just so when you're putting it back on, if they get twisted, you'll know which side goes into which. My replacement doesn't have this function on it, but it's a good way to keep it on the right polarity. So at this point, I've gotten the first layer of glass off of it. Easiest way to do that is just to take a hammer, really lightly, just crack the first layer of glass and then kind of chisel it out with a flathead or a blade of some kind and get the top layer out. And then you have a second layer, so you just gotta, it's kind of the same thing, just create a crack and then you gotta get underneath that and then get rid of the rest of it. This is all glued down here, so it'll probably take a little while to get off. So the process of getting it off is really tedious. I'd really recommend wearing gloves and goggles because there are little shards of glass that do fly off when you're trying to chisel this out. So since it's taking so long with the chisel method, I'm going to go ahead and get a heat gun to it and try to soften up some of this glue keeping it in. So I'll do that and get back. You can see with the heat gun, this stuff comes up real easy. Without it, it was chipping, cracking, and making a real big mess. And the pieces come out bigger doing it this way. Yeah, I know I'm using a wood chisel for this, but it works the best way. And when you're taking this out, you don't want to damage this fabric under here, because that's part of what on the opposite side has the heat coil. So you don't want to puncture this, or else you might lose your heated mirror function. So I'll work all the rest of this out and then I'll show you the final product. Alright, so now we got all of the old broken mirror off. Still a little bit of adhesive left, but that's okay. There's two electrode points for the dimmer. I'm going to leave these two unconnected since there's no point of having the dimmer on, since this new replacement glass does not have that function built onto it. So those will not be reconnected when we install it. And then just kind of get a dry fit. It works. LED light lines up with the indicator hole. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some epoxy on this and glue it on. So I'll go ahead and combine my epoxy. Now I'm just going to do mine in the center part because this stuff will hold pretty well. I'm not worried about the peripheral. So that should be good. Make sure we come in and align the LED light up. That's good. And I'll just hold some pressure here and let it set. All right, after about 15 minutes of setting up, mirror's great. You can see it took real well. It's not gonna be coming out. We still have our heating element in the back. So now I'll go ahead and put it back on the car. All right, now that we've got the wiring harnesses back together and connected, minus the harness for the dimmer switch, which was not gonna be included in this $20 mirror replacement piece, and I'm going to go ahead and test the LED. Works great. So then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this snap in with this actuating piece, and then we'll get these clips in the right spot, go from the bottom up, and then just pop it in back just like that. Once it's in, reach in my car here and make sure it actuates in all different directions, which it does. That's it. Pop that back over. This has been a driver's side mirror replacement for Ford and Lincoln, in my car specifically, the MKX. Thanks for watching.